Welcome to the Maryland Mortgage Rate Weekly Mortgage Market Update for the week of November 25th, 2013. Hello, I'm John Thomas with Primary Residential Mortgage here to give you your update. Well, last week we did see Maryland mortgage rates move higher. They jumped up after the Federal Open Market Committee released their minutes and renewed fears of tapering popped up, so they did sell off. So if you look at the bond chart on the screen, you can see a red candle down on Tuesday after a nice run up from the previous week. Tuesday, they hit the 200-day moving average, sold off a little bit. But then Wednesday, big sell-off, big red candle down. That was when the Federal Reserve Open Market Committee released the minutes. The bonds sold off. Mortgage rates spiked higher. Now, you see the two green candles Thursday and Friday. That tells us the bond was able to hammer out a bottom and stabilize. So we are going to recommend floating your Maryland mortgage rate to start the week to see if the bond can start another rally and recover from this loss. So floating your Maryland mortgage rate to start the week. Now, if we dig into that report that moved the market, the Federal Open Market Committee released their meeting minutes on Wednesday, and in the minutes, it showed that they discussed tapering the asset purchase program QE3. Currently, they're buying $85 billion every single month of mortgage bonds and treasuries together for $85 billion. So we know they're going to start tapering. The question is when. Everyone's been now thinking it's going to be March 2014, but after the minutes release, created some uncertainty because of the language they use, that they fear it may start earlier, actually maybe in December. I don't believe that's going to happen. The economic news coming out has not been great, so it's probably tapering will not start till March 2014 at the earliest. But the uncertainty did cause the market to sell off. Now, in the economic news, we saw the U.S. Department of Labor release the weekly initial jobless claims on Thursday. Came in at 323,000 claims. That was a drop of 21,000 claims from the previous week. Now, what we do think the drop was a lot had to do with that was the Veterans Day holiday affected the claims. So we're expecting the claims to go back up this week. So we'll look for that on Thursday. We saw retail sales unexpectedly rose 0.4% for October 2013. And we think that was because of the drop in energy prices throughout the month. If consumers are spending less money at the pump for gasoline, they got more money to spend on clothing and electronics. And we saw the energy price drop because we saw a report of measure of inflation. The consumer price index, the CPI, came in at 0.1%, very tame, below expectations, and that was because of energy prices dropping. So we can see the CPI remains low, inflation remains low. That means the Feds can keep their asset program going. Now, we did see some news in the stock market. Two record highs for the stock market. The Dow Jones Industrial Average closed above 16,000 for the first time ever, and the S&P 500 closed above 1,800 for the first time ever. Stock markets are rallying, and they're rallying on the Feds continuing their asset purchase program. So when they start to taper, we would expect the stock markets to pull back and stock prices to drop. So be on guard for that. Watch your portfolios. In housing news, October 2013 existing home sales came out, and it was not good. They fell by 3.2%, and we think that was due mostly to rising home prices and rising mortgage home loan interest rates. So expectations were for 5.2 million homes to be sold on an annualized basis. We only ended up with 5.12 million sold, and October marked the second straight month of declining existing home sales. Now, next week, we've got some good reports coming out. We got pending home sales for October coming out, and then we've also got the Case-Shiller price, home index price report coming out. And then we've got two good readings on new construction and builders to see how they're doing. We got October builder permits coming in, and then we've got October housing starts for October coming in. So we got to look at those to see what's going on in the housing market. That'll be a great read to see how we're ending the year. And then in the local news, the next free first-time homebuyer seminar is Saturday, December 7th. That's in Towson, Maryland. That is at the Sheraton Baltimore North Hotel on Delaney Road. You can register. It's from 10 a.m. to noon. You can register for that event because it's called 410-412-3319, or you can register online, www.marylandhomebuyerseminars.com. Look forward to seeing you guys next week.